Hi, my name is Tyler, I'm the Anime Ghost, and I'm here to give you my review over Jujutsu Kaisen 0, or the Jujutsu Kaisen movie for those of you who don't know what that is. I just recently watched it with a couple of friends at a movie theater that is very run down, but it was a really good movie, and I'm here to tell you why I liked it. So let's get right into it. So, I'm going to start this off by saying, to me, the movie was not a serious action movie. It was a comedy, and that was fantastic. I think anime memes have kind of ruined my perception of things, because there's like a specific moment, and all I could think of was Truck-kun has claimed another victim, and my history with Jujutsu Kaisen is literally just watching the first episode and coming to the conclusion that the main character really likes chicken fingers. So that's kind of what I was walking into with this. But I had a really good time with the movie and I really enjoyed it. So let's talk about why. First off, from the very beginning, the animation blew me away. So, you know how like there's sometimes you're like missing something but you don't realize it until like you find it and then you're like, where's this been my entire life? That's how I felt about the shadows in this movie. I am so used to shadows not being very well animated in anime, so when, like, it's just in the opening scene, they're there and they're dynamic and they're moving with the background, I was just blown away. Right? Especially because I've moved to reading more manga, you don't really get that. So that was really impressive. I know, shadows for the first part of it. I was also really impressed with the depth they gave the characters that they really focused on. The main character of the movie is not the main character from the show, and I had no idea who he was, but I legitimately cared about him, which is something that I don't typically do when I watch movies. I'm usually there for just pure entertainment value. But they made a relatable protagonist with a relatable, if tragic, story that I found hilarious. Other characters that were of note: the panda, that threw me off for the first little bit, but I guess if you watch Jujutsu Kaisen, it's kind of normal. The speech guy, he was nice. He like started off as like, oh, this is a joke character, right, who only speaks in, you know, I think it's rice ball ingredients, yeah. I was like, okay, sure. But then they gave him some depth later, and I was like, okay, I see what you're doing here. I'm for this, all right. And then the girl, who also had a lot of depth, but was also probably my least favorite character at the beginning. Gojo was also good. I mean, I'm not for his particular like shtick, but I'm told that he's like really good in the anime. So I'm starting to watch it. So don't crucify me yet. But yeah, so that's what I thought about the character. Ooh, one more before I go. The villain was really good. My voice just cracked. The villain was really good, and I found his story to be at least believable. I mean, I didn't kind of get the subtext between him and Gojo, but that's, I feel like, comes with watching the show proper. I just felt like his powers were kind of really cool. The one thing I was watching the dub, I wish he would stop using the term monkey. It sounds really messed up, and I just couldn't. Every time I heard it, I was like, man, could you not say that, please? But yeah, the fight scenes were phenomenal. It's a shonen anime, so I kind of expect that. But it kept up the quality throughout the whole thing. I mean, I think there was CGI used for like a little bit of it, but it was done tastefully and I didn't really notice. What else? What else with the movie? The soundtrack. I've never watched one for soundtracks in movies unless it's really, really notable. Like Pacific Rim. Love that movie. So I'm not really one to talk about the soundtracks, but in terms of... It made me want to watch the show, which is about as good as an advertisement for it as I can give. And it felt like a good length. I find some anime movies go on a little bit too long, or they're too short. They have too many characters introduced. That was my issue with the My Hero movie. Is like, I mean, I know all the characters, and I recognize that people who don't know them has to be introduced to them. But all the fan service characters, or the characters that didn't really have a direct role in the story that were shown in the movie, felt like it was done reasonably. It didn't really feel out of place. It was at the climax, right? But they weren't like, oh, look, it's that guy who does the thing that you like that guy. I feel like, yeah, it was done really tastefully. I want to watch the movie. I want to know more about these characters. What else? That's pretty much it. Go watch the movie if you haven't. It's funny if you walk in expecting it to be serious. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.